Welcome to the Fleet Geeks podcast. We're here to help develop fleet and transport professionals. Do you want to progress and develop your skills and knowledge? We promise to bring lively conversation and debate around interesting issues and keep you bang up to date with changes in our awesome industry. The Fleet Geeks are a community of professionals, and if you enjoy the podcast, why not join the discussion for free in the Fleet Geek community over on Facebook.
Hello and welcome to this week's Fleet Geeks podcast. This week I want to talk about steps to attracting the younger generation into our fleet businesses. And I've got seven top tips to help you attract the younger generation into your fleet business. It's something I get asked on a regular basis, is how do we reduce the average age in the industry? How do we attract new people? How do we attract new generations into the industry? And how do we get these people into our businesses and to come and work and succeed there? And it's particularly challenging. I think we need to take a fresh and more creative approach as we look to do that, because stereotypical drivers, warehouse people, those kinds of things tend to be middle-aged men, right? Generally speaking, and we need to make sure that we're a future-facing career that really is something to be proud to work for, that people would be proud to come and work for. So I've got sort of 7 key areas plus one, I think, 7 plus a half thing. So the first one is around emphasizing the tech that we're using and the innovation as an industry. So we've got lots and lots of opportunity in the industry to use software, to use tech, to use innovation, and to really market our roles that we've got as tech forward, because there's so much opportunity for people to come in and understand more around how we're cutting edge with some of the technology we're using and how your organizations are using technology to really sort of push forward in your organizations. And I'd really highlight that innovation that you're looking to do and really think about that and how you communicate that to attract younger people into the organization and into your businesses. Because actually there is a lot of innovation, even in your vehicles. There's lots and lots of innovation. So a truck isn't just a truck, right? When you look at some of the manufacturers, they're absolutely fantastic at selling the tech and the innovation that goes into these vehicles. And actually, if we start to focus on marketing that as part of our job roles, that you're going to be working with the most innovative and latest vehicles, I think that's going to be really interesting for people and spark their imagination. Because that's the thing, we need to spark young people's imagination as we start to look to grow and develop the talent in our industry. The second thing from me is around environmental impact. Increasingly, young people are concerned about sustainability and making sure that we highlight any green initiatives that we've got in our logistics and transport type businesses. Reducing carbon emissions, looking at alternative fueled vehicles, how we optimize fuel usage by the way we route vehicles and plan vehicles, and just showing that what we do is a crucial role in the overall sustainability ecosystem, and make that more appealing to younger people. I think that's really important that we focus on those green credentials, but as organizations we really start to address that in the way we market and talk about and share our organizations. I think that is certainly a focus area for younger people, and if we're going to attract and continue to attract the best talent, is something that you need to start thinking about as a leadership team to be able to do that. The third, which we're not very good at as an industry, and I think, or we've historically not been very good at it, and I think there's got to be new ways of sort of demonstrating this, but we need to come up with clear career paths and training and development. And what I mean by that is it's not just about going and getting your transport manager CPC. That's like the ground level qualification, right? We should be looking to create and emphasize structured career paths and development opportunities. We need to make sure that there's different certifications and that there's an opportunity to climb and develop and sort of really, a world's your oyster mentality is what we need to be able to communicate and focus on things like apprenticeships and traineeships and make sure we've got clear pay and skills progression and development. And that will also help attract younger people too, because they'll see it as an opportunity to really advance their career and start to focus on the people in your organization who very much started at the bottom and worked their way to the top, and how they went through that career development process. I'm sure in your organizations that you've got really, really good examples of how that's happened. And when you start to recruit and develop and try to attract new people into your organizations, you can really start to communicate that through your website, through doing case studies, through demonstrating how the people in your senior leadership roles got there and what the development process they went through. On to thing number four. So using social media to show the real story behind your organization. So one of our clients, and they won't mind me mentioning it, Dalrod, for example, they've gone wild on TikTok because they share a day in the life. They show what their engineers are doing. And I think that that's so valuable. I think we really need to engage with where the young people are, right? And if you or I, and I class myself as an old man now, right? But where I am on social media, the kids aren't there. They're not on Facebook. They're not really on LinkedIn. They're on TikTok and various other channels, right? And we need to go to where they are to start to attract them into the industry. So
hello, it's Shani from Flagship Partners. We are really proud to sponsor the Fleet Geeks podcast. If you need expert advice or training for your fleet business, make Flagship Partners your first choice. We are really excited to announce the launch of our Transport Manager Academy. With expert development for fleet leaders, we offer fully accredited initial Transport Manager CPC training, CPC refresher, and operator license awareness training, as well as mentoring, support, and professional development beyond the qualification. Our vision is to develop elite fleet professionals.
Let's start to highlight and show on Instagram, on TikTok, the different work that goes on. But what a day in the life looks like. Spark some interest in the various roles that we have in our fleet and transport businesses. Showing different, the role of the drivers, the role of the planners, the transport managers' roles, what the workshop looks like, what the work is that people are getting up to, and create behind the scenes narrative that's relatable, engaging, funny, fun, shows the industry as vibrant and really, really interesting place to work. That's what we should be doing as an industry, and I think that that is a key initiative that I would recommend you to start to focus on if you're looking to recruit and develop younger people into your business. So the next one is making sure that we get community around leadership and safety. So creating your employer brand that emphasizes the importance of safety, green credentials, well-being, and also leadership and development opportunities. Making sure that we create mentorship programs, making sure that we focus on how younger employees are going to be supported and developed through their personal and career growth, just showing how we're going to support them. So I think like a mentorship program, making sure that we are clearly demonstrating our commitment to safety and those kinds of things, I think is step number 5. I think that's really, really important. And then the 6th one is, for me, is highlighting all of our work is absolutely focused on an essential role that we play in people's everyday lives and the everyday life of the economy as well. Young people want to make an impact, and making sure that we show as a society that our industries are delivering medical supplies, groceries, making sure that start to drive the mission and the purpose behind what it is that we're doing. Why is it important that this gets from here to there? What is it that these goods are achieving? And if we don't make it in time, what's the impact going to be? I think that's really, really important to start to show the mission and the purpose behind what it is that we're doing and why they're going to have impact in the greater good of society as a whole. So what does our little fleet or big fleet and transport business do? What is it doing that's so vital and integral to the economy and vital and integral to the work we do that can really spark the imagination of young people? The 7th and final, well, apart from my half point, the 7th one is around developing partnerships with schools and colleges. Okay, so making sure we collaborate with educational institutions, making sure we're promoting our industry as an exciting career path that is smart. There's a long-term strategy that we're really, looking to share competitions, get the local schools involved, create initiatives around scholarships and internships and traineeships and mentoring programs and those kinds of things. That is absolutely what we should be doing to develop those partnerships. And even if you're doing it on a small business local level, certainly I go into the local schools here and I work as an enterprise advisor. So I help the local school connect with the local business community, and I'll speak to the students around the work I do and Flagship do and about the work our clients are doing and promote the industry. So I try and do my little bit in my little part of the world. And my question to you is, what are you doing in your little part of the world to help promote your business, your industry, and make sure that we're attractive and we're accessible, and making sure that we're a really interesting and innovative field to work in. I think my half point that I really think is important here, over and above the other 7 points, is that we make sure that when we do get young talent in, that we nurture them and we have a really supportive culture in place, that we make sure we've got really good people in the business who are going to help mentor, support and envelope these people into the organisation to help support them through their development process. So, and make them feel welcome is sort of where I'm at with that. So 7 key things: emphasising technology and innovation, making sure we focus on our environmental impact and communicating what the plan is around that, making sure we show clear development career paths and training, using social media to tell a real story, make it interesting and inviting for people, build a community around safety and leadership, mentoring programs, those kinds of things, highlighting the essential role that we have in everyday living and the purpose behind why we're getting this thing from here to there, or what it is the work is that we're carrying out and why that's vital, and what happens if it falls apart and if it doesn't work. And then the final one is around developing partnerships with schools and colleges. Overall, I think there is 7 great strategies there to help you attract the younger generation into your fleet business. If you're interested and you'd like to talk about it anymore, please do get in touch with me. It'd be fantastic to speak to you about this. It's a passion that's close to my heart, and I think everything we do to try and make our businesses and our industry more attractive to young people, the better, because we need that cognitive diversity. We need young people to come in because they're going to be our future key decision makers, and we need to start nurturing that too. Okay, lovely to see you all. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next podcast. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share with your friends and colleagues too. Join us for free on Facebook with the Fleet Geeks community for transport and fleet managers. Fleet Geeks offers ongoing professional development, networking and mentoring too. So get in touch with me, Pete Rushmer, on any social media platform to find out more.